The Patreon website creates a platform where we can support creators whose content wouldn't necessarily be viable financially on the big platforms. So in the next few weeks, we're going to share some of the projects that we support directly with the hopes that you might be encouraged to support some of these projects as well. Here we go.
All right, we're going to take a look at the bottom of our list again. So we're scrolling down and we'll go to Skip's Tactical Solutions and Mishaco. So Skip's is a friend who we met up with years ago at SHOT Show, met her through the people over on Gun Channels, and then started following her live broadcasts that she did for a while, and got a chance to do or watch some of her live instruction that she offered, some free instruction and firearms instruction, like orientation and familiarization type of classes, along with some gun safety at some location that she was affiliated with, and I was super impressed. Now I guess it makes sense, she may still be active duty Air Force, but she's a weapons specialist of some sort in the Air Force, so she's definitely familiar. I mean, she's so capable with small arms. It's awesome. It's really an experience to watch her instruct. So I can't even imagine what it's like for someone to take like a CCW class or a firearms class with her. So anyway, I've been watching Skip for a while, and she's doing what she can in the community, and she can do a lot. She's got affiliations. She's been networking, and it's fun watching her grow. She's got relationships with Glock and other organizations, and she's just kicking it. So she was also willing to work with us a couple years ago on the patch batch. So happy to be able to help her out in the past. So we're supporting her on Patreon. You can see she's only getting $67 per month. A lot of people don't post how much money they're bringing in. So I support her to help keep some links back and forth, and for the moral support. But if you're interested in venture capital of potentially interesting project as Skip continues on, you can see she's not using her Patreon funding for anything. She's not depending on that for anything. But again, let's imagine having a zero behind that, or even 2 zeros. And that's a whole nother level. Now we potentially, for $7,000 a month, you maybe have Skip working full-time as a new voice for the new firearms owner, and it's not going to be another version of people that were emulating magazines, who were emulating television shows, from back in the day. So looking forward to what Skip's going to do. Now we jump over to Mishaco. I think I'm saying that right. This is another of the blind shooters that we follow, and he creates informational videos over on YouTube. He'll go through and describe the history and the mechanics of the different firearms. Now, I'm not too much of a nerd for that stuff anymore, although I can't imagine, instead of like back in the day, we thumbed through magazines and books, and there was few of those. We'd see a firearm every once in a while in a movie and talk about it, and occasionally we'd meet someone at the range who owned one, and we might be able to pull a trigger on it, or someone who had some experience with them might tell us some stories about them. But being around now, when you can watch a YouTube video with somebody who can take the thing apart and hold it in their hands and describe every little minutia, or all the different side stories that go along with it, must be a really cool experience. So of all the people doing this stuff, which is doing the firearms reviews, the general history and information, Mishaco, I think, is doing it better than anybody else. He's not doing it for fame and fortune, although with 189 Patreons, I'm assuming he is bringing enough income. He's right around our level, so it's probably enough to be right on the edge, depending on what else he's got going on. He's probably able to be free from worrying about YouTube, potentially, and might even, I don't watch his stuff enough to know what his intentions are, but he's in a good spot, and with maybe, well, definitely with 1,000 subscribers, if we put that 0 on this and give him 2,000 subscribers, then we see a whole nother Mishaco, because at that point he's probably buying firearms on a regular basis. So with that, I don't watch everybody on these things, and I'll say it, I don't watch Mishaco's videos almost ever, so he does mostly reviews. I just dig the project and want to, again, keep a link over there. He doesn't post too often here on the Patreon, but he does use the platform. So he mostly uses the YouTube though. So with that, we'll jump back to the main page, and looks like we have a couple more episodes of this series, and we're looking forward to the feedback. We're not just doing this for, because we've got nothing else to do. Really curious to see what people think of the platform. The opinion of the platform changes over time, and the way people use the platform will influence, people's participation in it. And yeah, if you're just following somebody who does nothing and takes the Patreon funding and the platform itself for granted, you're going to have a different experience than with somebody like Clovertech, who we've got up on the screen here, who uses the platform interactively and really gives you something for your contributions over there. So we're looking forward to that feedback. Till next time.
Thank you for supporting our projects. If you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, check out our Patreon channel.
The guys and gals of gunwebsites.com encourage you to take a CCW class every year, practice at least once a month, and carry every day. Thank you for watching gunwebsites.com.